Look at that. Alright, so you start the recipe off with 3 cups of rice, 6 cups of water, and you put that on, bring that up to a boil. After it hits a boil, you set the timer for 20 minutes and let it sit there for 20 minutes on simmer. Alright, for the garlic butter, you're going to have a stick of butter, 2 cloves of garlic, finely minced.
And you will be doing what you want, and you'll stay.
And you add that to the butter, add a little bit of soy sauce, and a little bit of lemon juice, and then you mix that all together. And then you come out with this nice Benihana style garlic butter. Alright, so the rice is done, so you just take that up and throw it in the fridge overnight. Alright, so now we're going to prep our produce. We start with a bunch of green onions. Take your leftover green onions, put them in a cup with some water, and set that by the window and they'll grow back. And you can use them again. Then we've got an onion, diced onion. Yeah, just cut that in half, then slice vertically. And a couple of horizontal slices. And then you get a nice diced onion. So we'll do that with both halves. And we can fill the core there. So then we're just going to peel 3 carrots. And dice those up. I like using the large section on my shredder, as you end up with these nice slices, small slices of carrot.
That's a lot. Look at Daddy, I'm helping you.
Alright, and then we've got the chicken. Just clean up the chicken, any little bits of fat. You can trim that off. And then we're gonna, I couldn't find my meat hammer, so I just used an iron skillet. So just slam these and kind of flatten them and make them a consistent thickness so they can evenly cook. Right now, just lay a little bit of oil down on the griddle and start frying the onions and the carrots up. And let them caramelize a little bit. Now I'm just going to lay the chicken down and let that get a good sear.
Who let the dog out? Who let the dog out?
After a few minutes, I'm going to dice the chicken up. And I tried to do this Asian style, Japanese steakhouse style, on the griddle, and in hindsight, I would just dice this up in advance because it was a royal pain trying to do it on the griddle. I don't think my knife is quite sharp enough. Alright, so I moved that all over to the side of the griddle that is set to off, but it's still got a little residual heat over there, so that can continue to caramelize and fully cook the chicken. And now I'm just gonna crack a few eggs and get that fried up real quick. And last but not least, we fry up the rice. And I moved this to a wider pan the day before because I wanted it to really air out and dry up. And there was a little bit of residual moisture in the rice that was pooling up on the bottom of the other pan that I didn't want. And now we're just adding the garlic butter. I'm going to try to completely soak the rice in the garlic butter. So I'm just going to let that fry for a minute. And finally we bring over all of our other vegetables and meat and mix that all together. Put a little salt and pepper on it. Oh, and the green onions. And I don't want to do too much salt because we are still going to put soy sauce in at the end. And that has plenty of salt as well. And after that's been frying for a few minutes, I added the soy sauce at the end, and it gives it a nice color. Look at that. Now we're just putting it in a bowl and serving it up. I think I made too much for our little family of 5, but we'll have plenty of leftovers. So now I'm just cleaning up the pan, and then we'll take our first bite. It's good.